M. Beeger. Hi, Chris. I read a comment on Mike Rinder's blog about how you delivered KTL. I'm interested only in study tech, not the other insanity in Scientology. The church no longer offers it. Do you know where KTL is offered? No, I don't think the Key to Life, the KTL is the Key to Life course. It's an extensive course, and I'll talk about it in a second here, but it's not delivered anywhere in the world that I know of. I was a Key to Life supervisor. It's a course that is delivered in a classroom. It has a couple steps that are auditing type steps too, but using the clay table, but it's auditing rather than training. And if you've watched my breakdown on Scientology training, you know what I'm talking about. There are clay demonstrations that you do in the classroom to show or demonstrate principles. And you can also use clay and clay-like demonstrations with little people made out of clay showing their relationship and stuff. But you call them clay representations, and the clay representations are not from a book or some idea that you're trying to demonstrate you understand. They're from your mind. So you might be asked to do a clay representation of a problem that has happened to you. And so you would make you out of clay, and there's you with a little body, and then you might make another person, and you guys got into a fight. And so you put the little clay guys together, and there they are fighting. And that's a problem that happened to you. So that's a clay representation. And that's done as part of a formal auditing session. And that command, by the way, the problem that may have occurred to you is one of the commands that's in the Key to Life first process. There's a couple different clay table processes that are done on that course in order to clear up some confusions people have and problems they've had in the past and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into breaking down all the course because it's extensive. I'll just tell you that the Key to Life course is basically a language and grammar course on steroids. It is an extensive review of the English language. You cover every small common word of the English language, and you define every definition of them and use them in sentences. And words like for, by, these are words that have tens of definitions. There's a lot of uses for these words, and you clear them all up in doing this class. Then you have a 500-page grammar book that was put together by the Church of Scientology. It has L. Ron Hubbard's name on it, but he did not write it. That we know all this because Dan Kuhn, the guy who did write it, or was overseeing the writing of all of this and the compilation of all this, said that it was based on some loose notes and scraps from Hubbard. It was really not something that Hubbard wrote beginning to end, but it's got his name on it. So you study grammar, and you study grammar at a pretty fundamental level. So you're learning all the parts of speech and the tenses and the all the verb types and suffixes and prefixes. I mean, it covers a lot of stuff. There's even some basic composition and sentence structure, paragraph structure, all that kind of stuff. So basically, like a middle school level tour of grammar, but it's for a lot of adults who kind of skipped that part in school or forgot all about it. And by covering these things and a few other points that are covered in the middle of all this, you gain a much higher appreciation for and facility with the English language. It's just a byproduct of the course, right? And the idea of the course is that people are out of communication with the world, because they don't understand the words and symbols and ideas that they see, and they are battered with them all day long. Now, fair enough, that is actually true. People are riddled with things that they do not understand. And it's even worse when it's compounded by the fact that that they then think they understand it when they really don't. And you get Dunning-Kruger as a thing, and et cetera, et cetera. So there are, there is some validity to understanding the language that you're using at that level. And, for those of you out there who have noted or commented often about how ex-Scientologists seem to, be able to, we seem to be able to express ourselves pretty well. And this course is one of the reasons why. Not everybody by a long shot did the Key to Life course, but quite a few did. So anyway, so that's kind of a thing. Hubbard really didn't have too much to do with this course. It's actually kind of interesting. But it came and went. It was released internationally across all of Scientology, I believe, in 1991. And I was part of the initial delivery of it in Santa Barbara, California. And then it, kind of took off. Everybody was doing it. And within a couple of years, everybody had kind of gotten through it who was going to do it. And it kind of petered out. And by mid 90s, end of the 1990s, it was hardly being delivered anywhere. And by the 2000s, it was a dead service. Miscavige just stopped pushing it, and the org stopped pushing it, and it didn't really make Scientology take off like everybody said it would. I mean, we thought this course was going to rocket everything, and it didn't, of course. So anyway, that is the Key to Life course. That's what I can say about it. As far as it being delivered anywhere in the world at this point, I have no idea. Like I have said many times, this course was something that I did as a Scientologist that I got something out of. But that doesn't mean I endorse it right now. If you want the Key to Life course, go get a dictionary, go get a grammar book, and look up those words and study some grammar. And you will have the result of the Key to Life course. It's really not that complicated. So there you go.